Good morning, all of you. So please tell me, what you have studied in last class? What is the properties of non-metals?
Non-metals are not malleable and brittle.
So first property we have studied that non-metals are not malleable. They are brittle in nature. Next one, the non-metals are
Not ductile.
not ductile. They are what? They are
Brittle in nature.
brittle in nature. Next, we have studied that. What we have studied? Third property.
Non-metals are not shiny.
Bad conductors of heat and electricity. So except is there. Exception is what? Except graphite and diamond, the allotropes
Diamond.
of carbon. So the diamond is the good conductor of heat, and the graphite is the very good conductor of electricity.
Electricity.
Next, fourth property, non-metals are not lustrous or not shiny. They are dull in appearance. Again, here also one exemption is there. What is that, Darun? Dull in appearance. All the non-metals are dull in appearance except one non-metal. What is that? What is that? Check it. Your notebook.
Iodine.
Iodine. So except iodine, if you'll observe, all the non-metals they are dull in appearance. The only non-metal which is having a lustrous appearance, shining appearance is iodine. Next, if you'll observe, non-metals are generally soft. So if all the non-metals if you take, easily we can cut with a knife except one non-metal. Okay, that is also the non-metal which is in the form of a diamond. That is also what? The allotrope of carbon called as diamond. So when the non-metal is the only form, when it is in diamond, is a very, very hard. That is why we can say the diamond is called as what? Is the hardest natural substance. Is it yes or no? So except diamond, which is also the allotrope of carbon, diamond is called as what? Hardest natural
Non-metal.
occurring substance. Naturally occurred substance is called as diamond. So except diamond, remaining all the non-metals we can cut easily with a knife. That is why we can say they are not hard, they are soft in nature, general. Next, we have studied the non-metals are not strong. They have very, very low tensile strength. Means they cannot resist the weights in them. If large weights is placed on any kind of non-metal, what will happen, Ra? It will break.
It will break.
Correct or not? So that is what we have studied. For example, if we'll take graphite sheet. So graphite sheet, if we'll keep the large weight, then the graphite sheet will breaks or it will damage. That is what we have studied in the last class. So next we have studied the non-metals are not sonorous in nature. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So non-metals are basically not sonorous. Means the non-metals cannot produce a ringing sound when we strike them. What is that? They cannot produce
Ringing sound.
ringing sound when we beat with them or else when we strike with them. So till now I think 7 properties we have studied. Is it correct? Please tell me. Srutilaya?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now the next property which we are going to study is what is that? Just opposite to the metals. You have to tell me. What is the opposite to the metals? Next property. You can understand. What is that? Non-metals are solids and liquids at the room temperature. Most of the non-metals are solids at the room temperature except one metal. What is that? Mercury. Correct or not?
Mercury.
Comes to the non-metals may be liquids, may be solids or gases at room temperature. Please all of you keep hitting. Non-metals may be solids. Non-metals, next property. Non-metals may be solids, liquids or gases at where? At room temperature. That is
Room temperature.
Remember, room temperature. So now, as we know that non-metals are existed in all the three states, solids, liquids, and gases. Can you able to say example? Suppose solids if we'll take. So what is a solid metals? Solid non-metals, not metals. Solid non-metals, carbon,
sulfur,
sulfur,
Sulfur, carbon,
phosphorus.
phosphorus,
Phosphorus. Like liquid non-metals, only one. What is that?
bromine,
Bromine.
bromine,
Take gases. So many gases I have taught you. What is that?
nitrogen,
Oxygen,
helium,
nitrogen,
oxygen,
hydrogen,
hydrogen,
helium.
Oxygen, etc., etc. Everything you can call. For those called to Monish. Monish is not joined. Okay, that is. Ma also called to that Lakshya called to sisters. Understand, Ra? Alana? So that is what. So that is what we can say. The next property of non-metals are existed in all the states, solids, liquids, or gases at room temperature. Some non-metals are solids, some non-metals are liquids, and some non-metals are gases at room temperature. So that is the eighth property of non-metals. Now coming to the next property of non-metals is non-metals. What is the next property? Can you guess it? Anybody? Metals, if you will observe here, same thing will come. Laksha? Anybody? What is that? Non-metals have low melting points and boiling points because metals have high boiling points and melting point. Correct or not? So if it comes to the non-metals, they are having low melting points and low boiling points. Please all of you write it. Non-metals have next property. Non-metals have comparatively low melting point. MP means what? MP means
melting
what?
point,
Melting point, sir.
Means boiling point.
Boiling point.
If you'll observe, metals is usually they are having high melting points and boiling point. If it comes to the non-metals, very low melting points and boiling points compared to them. So here if you'll observe, again, only one substance except graphite. What is that? Except graphite. Do you understanding?
Graphite.
So if you'll observe, except graphite, remaining all the substances. So even graphite except graphite. So graphite is having more and more than iron. The melting point of graphite is. So the except graphite, remaining all the non-metals is having comparatively low melting points and boiling point. For example, if we'll take sulfur. Can anybody guess what is a sulfur melting point? Any idea? Anybody?
at 26,
No. Sulfur is a non-metal, correct or not? It is
20,
the melting point of just sulfur MP. They have just 119 degrees Celsius. How much it is? Very, very important. But if we'll take except graphite is there. So what is a graphite melting point? Anybody? I'm saying more than.
Sir, 1700.
No. Iron is how much?
1200,
Iron is how much? Iron.
Sir, 1535 degrees Celsius.
1500.
1050,
35, sir.
1535,
If we take
35.
Sir,
almost even double, that is 3700 degrees Celsius is the melting point of graphite. Do you understand that, Pradosh? At the room
sir.
temperature. That is why you can observe this majority of non-metals have very, very low boiling points. That is why you can see what is the majority of the non-metals, gases or solids or liquids. Majority of the non-metals, gases, solids or liquids.
gases.
Or not. So that is why you can see why they are gases at room temperature, because of low boiling point. Do you understand? If low boiling point, easily they can change its state. That is why you can see most of the majority of the non-metals, they are present in gaseous state because of Because of what? Because of
No boiling point.
low boiling point. Most of the non-metals are existed in gaseous state. Understand? This point you have to write it. Have you noticed it? What is the melting point of graphite? Except graphite. Graphite is how much? 3000.
3700 degrees
700 degrees Celsius.
Very, very important for MCQs. Now pattern is going to change. Be very careful at every time. Every MCQ is important. That is. So this is all about it. Any doubt, anybody you can ask. That is all about the ninth property. So now if you observe, next property is, what is the next property? You have to tell me, or I should not say. Last two more properties is there. 10th property, I think now. What is that? Non-metals have high densities. Here non-metals is at what?
low density.
Low density.
Understand, Ra? You have to say, man. Non-metals have low densities. Write it. Non-metals have low densities. All of you write. 10th property. Again, exemption is there. This one, I think nobody will teach. No teachers also. So that is right. What is that? Non-metals have
Low density.
low densities. So now, for example, if we take all the non-metals except iodine, except what?
Iodine.
Except iodine, if we take all the non-metals, they have very, very low densities. For even not even like in the sense of, for example, I will say. So the non-metals are very, very, very light substances. So for example, if we'll take sulfur, even though the sulfur is a solid non-metal, which is having a density of just 2 gram per cubic centimeter. How much it is? 2 gram per
2 gram per cubic centimeter.
sulfur, if we take the density 2 gram per cubic centimeter, it is quite low. That is what you have to remember. So if we take iodine, it is more than 10, 20, like that it will be 10 to 12, it will be varies, iodine densities. So except iodine, remaining all the non-metals, they are light substances, very, very light substances. So for example, if we take sulfur, the sulfur density is how much, Ra? Not 29, Ra. This is how much? How much, Ra?
2 gram per
2 gram.
centimeter
That is
cube.
what you have to remember. Next, if we'll take, right, please.
Sir, wrote, sir.
Completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, right. 2 gram per cubic centimeter. So that is the sulfur, except iodine. Please all of you write next. Iodine. That statement also you have to write it. One non-metal, iodine has high density. High density. That value will vary with the temperature. That is what I am not mentioning. Understand? So even if you take gaseous non-metals, is it less or not? See, when though sulfur is a solid, solid itself this much is present. Now if you take what about the gases? Gases is having more density or less density? Even
Less density.
less density. You understanding? Compared to that, very, very low densities for gaseous non-metals. So except one non-metal, that is iodine, which is having quite high density. That is also varies with the temperature. So for example, if we'll take iodine density at 20 degrees Celsius, if we'll take, the density is 4 gram per cubic centimeter. What is the iodine density at 20 degrees Celsius?
4 gram per cubic centimeter.
Temperature, based upon the temperature, it will be varies. That is what you have to remember. So at 20 degrees Celsius, even exactly if you want 4.93 means close to how much, Ra? Rounding off to 5 gram per cubic centimeter. That is why it is. But if you
Yes,
look
sir.
at iron how much, Ra? Metal iron how much? Metal, I said iron. Check it your notebook and tell me. It is 7.8 gram per cubic centimeter. Correct or not? Check it.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Verify your notebook. Is it correct? That is the reason. So, that is why we can say all the non-metals is having a low densities. Even the gases is having much low densities compared to the metals. And the only non-metal which is having little bit more density is this one. What is that? Iodine.
Iodine.
That is what. So, this is our
Iodine.
10th property. Now the last property of non-metals. Please kindly anybody check your notebooks. Last property of metals, same thing will come here. What is that? Color, check it. Except two metals, copper and gold. Remaining all the metals having a same color. What is that, Manya?
Silver
Sir,
and
silver
grey.
and gray.
Silver color, gray, silver color. Correct or not? Except copper and gold.
Copper and gold.
Now, if it comes to here, non-metals, not like this metals, understanding, single color, carbon color, non-metals have many different colors. Now, for example, let us go with that. If we'll go, yeah, gray, silver color, very good lecture. So if we'll go, next last property, non-metals have many different colors. Please keep reading. Non-metals have non-metals have many different colors. Okay. So now, for example, can you able to say any colors, please? Anybody? Suppose if you take sulfur, I have already shown you. What is the color of sulfur? Color of sulfur. Sulfur is a metal, correct? Non-metal, solid non-metal. So if you take the sulfur, what is the color of it? Yellow color. What is that?
Yellow color.
If you take phosphorus, it is quite white in color. What is that? White. Or even two kinds of this present, white phosphorus, or we can say one more color, red phosphorus also. Next, if we'll observe graphite. Graphite means what? Carbon. What is the color of graphite?
Black color.
Graphite.
Black color.
Yeah, graphite if we'll take black color. Next, if we'll take chlorine gas, chlorine, yellowish green. What is that?
Yellowish green.
Yellowish green color. Please note it. This is very important. Yellowish green. Like that, if we'll take bromine. Bromine color. What I said? Bromine color.
Orange.
Orange. No.
Pink.
No.
Reddish.
Brown.
Reddish color. Understand? Red brown color.
Reddish brown, sir.
Red brown color. Bromine is red brown color. Next, if we take hydrogen and oxygen, what is the color of them gases? Colorless. What is that?
Transparent.
Transparent means it is
Colorless.
That is. So this is what you have to remember. Like this, all the non-metals, they have different kind of colors, and that is why you can see there is no particular color for non-metal. Different non-metals is having different colors. So if you'll observe, though the non-metals are very small in number, this all the 11 properties of non-metals, if you'll observe, compared to the metals, if the non-metal count is less or more, is it less or more?
Less.
Less.
Phosphorus, Laksha, two colors. Phosphorus, two colors. Yellow phosphorus and red phosphorus. Understand, Laksha? That is what you have to remember. Phosphorus is having two colors. Yellow phosphorus and red phosphorus. Okay? Sorry, yellow not. White phosphorus and red phosphorus. Two phosphorus is present we have. So now if you observe, they have very less in count. Compared to the metals, their count is very less. Is it yes or no? Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But we have a lot of applications of these non-metals. So if you'll observe, even though the non-metals are very small in number as compared to the metals, but they have a very important role in our daily. So for example, if we'll take even possible without the presence of non-metals on this earth. So if there is no non-metals, for example, the most important thing, how many of you are having a body, correct? This is my body. Like everybody is having body. So this all the body, including the human beings, all the animals, plants, everything if you'll observe, everything, all the molecules, the basis of life on this earth, everything, they are a carbon-based organic molecules. So carbon is a what? Metal or non-metal?
Non-metal.
Metal or non-metal, I'm asking.
Non-metal.
Non-metal. So
Non-metal.
body is made up of a non
Non-metal.
every animal is made up of non-metal. Every plant is made up of non-metal. So every molecule of our body, like a basis of all the life of animals, including human beings, is made by one non-metal. That is what? Carbon.
Carbon.
That is why. So we cannot imagine, it is not possible without the presence of non-metals on this earth. So that is why you can say the carbon is the one of the non-metal most important because all the life on this earth is based on carbon compounds only. So your body, my body, your mother body, father body, sister body, your dog, your animal, whatever you have, everything, every plant, all the living organisms in this earth is made up of what? Is made up of carbon compounds, or understanding carbon containing organic compound. Now, if we'll observe, for example, what is the formula of glucose? Glucose formula?
C6H12O6.
H12O6. Others don't know? Darun? You don't know Darun? Laksha, Manish, the Sai. So now if we take all the things, glucose, proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, enzymes, etc., all these things are called as compounds of carbon only. They all contains carbon. Do you understand, Ingra? So everything is made up of one of the component in that compounds, like proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, etc. Everything which are essential for our growth and development of these living organisms, including human beings. If you want to grow our body, if you want to develop the development of a living organism, everything they need these kind of substances. We are consuming food to get proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, and enzymes, etc., for essential for our growth and as well as our development of the body. So these all the things contains one of the constituent of these all the products is called as what? Carbon. That is why we can say without carbon, life would not have been possible without this presence of non-metals on this earth, we can say. Do you understand it? Nobody will be present. Either you or me or anybody cannot alive it without that. So that is what you can say. Another non-metal. Suppose, sir, my body is made up of carbon, you are saying. Okay, I'm accepting. Even though this body is present, without one more non-metal, we don't have a life. Can you able to say what is that? Anybody?
Oxygen.
Sir, oxygen.
So you know oxygen. Oxygen is also what? Oxygen is also what? Metal or non-metal?
Non-metal.
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 Sir, we are breathing.
Oxygen. Do you understanding? So another non-metal which is having a equal importance for the existence of life, because even including plants, including animals, including human beings, everybody, because of the presence of oxygen gas, in where it is present, oxygen gas?
Sir, in surroundings.
In our surroundings, means in our air, which is essential for, what is that? We are doing what?
Breathing.
Breathing. To maintain life. If you want to survive, if your body wants to alive, then you have to take the oxygen. That is what we should say, breathing. Understand? Like that. Now, how many of you are having car, bike, scooty or something? How many of you are having? Except the cycle.
Sir.
Do you have?
Yes, sir.
Everybody is having car, bike, or etc. etc. Now, without something, that bike or car, everything useless. What is that? Already we people are facing
Petrol,
that.
sir.
Already
Petrol.
Petrol.
Coal.
diesel. Already now present cost of petrol is
Without
107 rupees.
fuels, we cannot run it out.
So if you'll observe, petrol cost in Pudukkottai also now are around 105 rupees, correct? Yeah, I know that. Day before yesterday, 100.
Sir.
Now I think today 105 or 106 rupees. Let it be. So these all the things, the diesel, petrol, or something, etc., which we are using as a fuel. These all the things we used to call in class 7th or 8th you may study fossil fuels. Have you remembered?
Yes,
Fossil.
sir.
Yes or no? So these
Sir.
Sir.
fuels means they are coming from, actually if you'll observe, combustion reaction. Actually we should call burning reaction. Burning reaction of fuels which provides us energy is for various purposes like running motors, running missions, running vehicles, automobiles, whatever it is. These all the things they will be. If you want to burn, we need some kind of non-metal. What is that? Can you able to say combustion reaction? Suppose I am trying to burn the paper. Is it the paper
Coal.
without some non-metal? If I want to
Coal.
burn, if I want coal, okay, coal is okay. If I want to burn, suppose I have closed this room fully, no kind of supplying of oxygen or some carbon ille. Some kind of element which is very important for every kind of combustion reaction.
Sir, yeah,
Uh,
sir.
Fire. Fire.
Fire is okay. Fire is not a element. Oxygen, yeah. Without oxygen, is it combustion will takes place? Class 8 you have studied. Necessary
sir.
conditions for combustion. What is that? Combustible substance, ignition temperature, and
Ignition temperature and
pattern
oxygen.
supporter of oxygen. Who is the supporter of oxygen? Who is the supporter of oxygen? Sorry, who is the
Air.
supporter of combustion? Who is the supporter of combustion?
Oxygen.
Without the presence of oxygen, we people cannot burn anything on this nature, or else no combustion reaction will take place, no vehicle will run, nothing is useful with the fossil fuels. Even the fossil fuels also made up of our organic decaying only. Correct or not? All the plants and animals will die in a millions years before, or else now it will die next after millions years of after under the ground inside the earth, the combustion reaction is taking place continuously. So that is only producing of fossil fuels. So this fossil fuels also coming from where? Coming from organic matter only. Organic matter of plants and animals. That is why. That is also one of the major importance of non-metals. You understand? So, even though their count is less, we have a countless applications of non-metals. Everything in our daily life, everything is comparing with the non-metals. So, without the presence of these non-metals, nobody can survive on this earth. Because every living body is made up of this non-metals only. Do you understanding all of you? So that is why you can see an element can be identified being a metal or non-metal. We have to comparing its properties with the general properties of metals and the general properties of non-metals. So you can observe, I have given you 11 properties of metals and 11 properties of non-metals. So if suppose I have given some X substance, I will ask you to find either it is a metal or non-metal. You guys must able to find by comparing with general properties of metals and general properties of non-metals. Do you understand, Ira? So later only we will do how we can conclude, and we will keep it in mind that the given substance is either a metal or non-metal. Do you understand, Ra? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
That is.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
I will give you one table, very, very important question. That table is called as differences between metals, the properties of metals and non-metals. So, this is the first question. So I'm giving you one more thing. You may already know that Actually, recently only CBSE again said for 9th and 11th, not required 2 times board exam. You can plan as a single board exam, but you may having a half yearly midterm exams will be there, but you don't have any kind of board exam. Only at the end of the year, you will write only single board exam. But I think September you will write the first term exams. Is it yes? Yes or no? Nobody will answer. That is.
Sir.
So,
Sir,
in that the pattern is different, whatever it is present. So in September, you guys will write first PT. So I think two chapters they will give. So we have to finish as early as possible this. Anyhow, physics already we completed 2 chapters. We'll finish this, then we will discuss some other subject also. So now, please, this is the properties, the comparison among the properties of metals and non-metals. So please, all of you remember the 6 points regarding metals and as well as regarding non-metals. Now, let us discuss these 6 properties. What is that? Observe very carefully. These are the called as common properties of metals and non-metals. Can you able to say what is this common properties, all of you? So if you observe here, basically metals are what? What is metals are? Metals are
malleable and ductile.
malleable and ductile.
12 points, 11 properties I have taught you, but here only 6 points given. Anything you can write it. So that is metals can be hammered into thin sheets and as well as drawn into thin wires. But non-metals are very brittle in nature. They are neither malleable nor ductile. That is what you have to remember. Next, metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Laksha, you are going to write at the session and exams only one time. Understand, Laksha? But you are having a school exam, middle exams. But at the end of the session, you have one board exam for +1 and 9th. I don't know how it is the process, but I will inform you whenever it is coming. Latest updates, I will inform you. Okay, that is. Now, if you observe, these metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Except is there exemption. What is the exemption, Ra? What is the exemption? Sulfur and sorry, not sulfur. Two metals which are not good conductors of heat and electricity. What?
Lead.
Not sodium and potassium.
Potassium.
Correct or not? That is always exemption of this. Next here you can see non-metals are bad conductors of heat and electricity except 2 substances. What is that? Allotropes of carbon, diamond. Diamond is a good conductor of heat and graphite is a good conductor of electricity. That is what remember. Next, metals are lustrous and can be polished easily. So means they are very shiny in nature. Here, non-metals are non-lustrous or dull in appearance, which cannot be polished easily. But except one non-metal. What is that? Except
iodine.
So iodine is also another case. Also iodine came. Can you able to say that case? Another property also iodine is special. What is that?
Density.
Density.
Very good. Density of iodine is a little bit more than compared to the other non-metals. That is one. Very So like we'll observe, metals are solid at room temperature except mercury, which is the only liquid metal. What is that? Only liquid metal. But if we'll observe here, non-metals may solids, may liquids or gases at the room temperature. That is what you have to remember. Next, metals are strong and tough. Their tensile strength is very, very high. But here, tensile strength is what? They are not strong. They have low tensile strength. Do you understand? Low tensile strength. That is what you have to remember. Next one, sonorous. Metals are sonorous in nature. They make a ringing sound when we struck them. But here, non-metals are not sonorous. They will never produce any kind of sound. If you want, you can write 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 also. That are not remaining properties like densities. And next one is what? Next one, so many properties I have taught you. Correct?
Color.
Densities, like etc. If you want, you can write it. But all of you, this tabular column and learn these differences between metals and non-metals. Very important. Okay, da? Understand all of you?
Sir.
So any doubt till here you ask me. So now if you'll understand this, then next we are going to study the next important kind of classification of elements. Elements are classified into three types. What is that? Metals, non-metals, and the third one is called as metalloids. What we should call?
Metalloid.
Metalloids.
Metalloid.
Please, all of you write it. Metalloids. 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 METALLOID.
LLOID.
METALLOIDS. Correct? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
So now just I will say the definition of it, then we'll end it. Now if you'll observe, what is metalloids means? Like, if you'll observe in humans, what is the categories? Can you able to say humans are classifying into different male, female,
Female.
and now
Living
recently
things.
we are having a new category called as transgenders. Is it yes or no? Whatever you can call. Is it yes?
Sir.
So the same
Sir.
this is called as third gender we can call. What is this called as? Third gender.
Third gender.
So the same way, this is male is the first gender, female is the second gender, and this is the third gender. Means they may neither belongs to the males and nor belongs to the females. Do you understand, Ra? Yes.
Sir.
So you may observe here in these transgenders, they looks like a female, but their voice and the characteristics looks like a male. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So the same way, transgenders is having a few characteristics from male and few characteristics from female. So that is why they are called as third gender. Same way, metalloids means some elements in the periodic table. I will say what is periodic table and all. So if you observe some elements, they will show the properties of metals. Not all the properties. Few properties of metals, and also few properties of
Non-metals.
non-metals. So this elements is only called as what we should call metalloids.
Metalloids.
Understanding? So the elements which can show the properties of both the metals and non-metals, they are only called as what? Metalloids. Please understand, all of you. Please tell me that is.
Yes, sir.
So, write it.